Have you ever wished you could go back? Not to change your past, but simply to live one ordinary day again. Perhaps one more dinner with your family, one more walk with someone you loved, one more evening before life became so complicated. It's strange, isn't it? The moments we miss the most were rarely the extraordinary ones. They were the ordinary days we thought would last forever. Welcome to Book Bite. Today, we're exploring one of Japan's most beautiful philosophies, Mono no Aware, the gentle understanding that everything in life is temporary, and that this very impermanence is what makes every moment so precious. This isn't a philosophy about sadness. It's a philosophy about learning to love life while it's still here. Because perhaps the greatest tragedy isn't that beautiful moments come to an end. It's realizing how beautiful they were only after they've already passed. Why we never realize a moment is beautiful until it's gone. Have you ever looked at an old photograph and suddenly felt your heart grow quiet? At the time, it seemed like just another ordinary day. You weren't trying to create a memory. You were simply living, laughing with friends, sharing dinner with your family, walking home after school, watching the rain from your bedroom window. Nothing about those moments felt extraordinary, yet years later, you would give anything to experience them just once more. Why does this happen? Why do we recognize the beauty of a moment only after it has become a memory? Mono no Aware gently tells us that this is part of being human. We become so busy chasing tomorrow that we forget today is quietly becoming yesterday. We rush through conversations, we hurry through sunsets, we scroll through moments that will never return, always believing there will be another chance. But life rarely announces its final chapter. You never know which hug will be the last, which family dinner will become a memory, which ordinary afternoon will one day make you smile and ache at the same time. Perhaps the most beautiful moments in life don't arrive with fireworks. Perhaps they arrive quietly, disguised as ordinary days. And maybe that's why this philosophy asks us to slow down, to notice, to truly be present. Because one day, the life you're living right now will become the life you wish you could visit again. Before we continue, ask yourself, what ordinary moment are you living today that your future self may one day wish they could experience just one more time? Part 2. The beauty hidden in impermanence. Imagine walking beneath a cherry blossom tree. Soft pink petals drift gently through the air. For only a few days, the entire world seems to stop and admire their beauty. But have you ever wondered why cherry blossoms are so deeply loved in Japan? It's not because they bloom forever. It's because they don't. Their beauty exists precisely because it is temporary. If those blossoms remained on the branches every day of the year, people would eventually stop noticing them. They would become ordinary, taken for granted, forgotten. Perhaps life works the same way. A sunset feels magical because it slowly disappears. Autumn leaves become breathtaking because we know winter is coming. A child's laughter touches our hearts because we know they won't stay little forever. Mono no Aware teaches us that impermanence isn't something to fear. It's what gives every beautiful moment its value. We often wish life would stay exactly as it is. We want happy days to last forever. We hope the people we love never change. But nothing in nature stays still. The seasons change. The ocean's waves never stop moving. Day quietly becomes night, and spring always makes room for autumn. Instead of fighting this truth, Muno no Aware invites us to embrace it. Because when we accept that everything changes, we begin to appreciate what we have while it's still here. Perhaps the reason life feels so precious isn't despite its temporary nature. Perhaps it's because of it. Before we continue, ask yourself, if you truly accepted that every beautiful moment is temporary, would you begin living this one a little more fully? Coming to the next part, we dive deep that when we stop trying to hold on. Have you ever noticed the tighter you try to hold on to something, the more it seems to slip away? We try to hold on to childhood, to youth, to people we love, to happy moments, to places that once felt like home. We tell ourselves, I wish things could stay exactly like this. But life has never worked that way. The child who once reached for your hand one day learns to walk alone. The friends you spoke to every day slowly become voices you hear only once in a while. Your favorite places begin to change, and even the person you see in the mirror quietly grows older. At first, this truth can feel heartbreaking, but Mono no Aware offers a different way of seeing it. It reminds us that change isn't stealing life from us. Change is life. A river remains beautiful, not because its water stands still, but because it never stops flowing. If it refused to move, it would no longer be a river. Perhaps we suffer not because life changes, but because we keep asking it not to. The more we fight time, the more painful every goodbye becomes. But when we accept that change is part of every beautiful story, our hearts slowly begin to soften. Instead of saying, I wish this would never end, we begin saying, I'm grateful I was here while it lasted. And perhaps gratitude is a gentler companion than fear, because gratitude allows us to treasure what we have without demanding that it stay forever. Before we continue, ask yourself, what are you trying so hard to hold on to that you may be forgetting to simply appreciate while it's still here? Coming to the next part, we dive deep that time doesn't steal life, it gives it meaning. If someone told you that you had forever, would today still feel important? Would you stop to watch the sunset? Would you tell someone you love them before leaving the house? Would birthdays feel special if there were an endless number of them? Perhaps not, because it is time that gives our moments their meaning. We often think of time as something that takes life away. We say, time is running out. Time has stolen my youth. Time changes everything. But Mono no Aware gently asks us to see time differently. What if time isn't a thief? What if it's an artist? Every passing year quietly paints our lives with memories. The first day of school, your first friendship, the excitement of falling in love, the warmth of a parent's embrace, the laughter you shared with people who are no longer here. None of these memories exist despite time. They exist because of it. Without endings, there would be no memories. Without change, there would be no growth. Without time, there would be no reason to cherish anything at all. Perhaps that's why the moments that touch our hearts most deeply are never the ones that last forever. They are the ones that remind us how precious every passing second truly is. Mono no aware teaches us not to race against time, but to walk beside it, to let every season of life arrive and every season leave, knowing that each one has given us something we could never have received in any other way. Because maybe time has never been taking your life away. Maybe it has been quietly giving your life its meaning all along. Before we continue, ask yourself, if today became a memory tonight, would you be grateful for the way you chose to live it?
Part 3. The people we love are also passing through time. When we are young, it feels as though the people we love will always be there. Our parents seem strong enough to solve every problem. Our grandparents always greet us with the same warm smile. Our closest friends promise that nothing will ever change. And because those moments happen every day, we begin to believe they'll happen forever. But life moves quietly. You don't notice your parents' hair turning gray until one day it's impossible not to. You don't notice your younger sibling growing up until they're suddenly taller than you. You don't notice that family dinners have become less frequent until one day everyone is too busy to gather around the same table. Time rarely shouts, it whispers, changing the people we love one ordinary day at a time. Mono no aware doesn't tell us this to make us afraid. It tells us this so we can love more deeply while we still have the chance. Because one day you won't wish you had worked one more hour or earned a little more money. You'll wish you had stayed a little longer after dinner, hugged your parents one more time before leaving, called an old friend instead of saying, "I'll do it tomorrow." Love isn't measured by how long someone stays in your life. It's measured by how fully you were present while they were there. Perhaps the greatest gift you can give another person isn't something expensive. Perhaps it's your complete attention while they're still here to receive it. Before we continue, ask yourself, if today were just another ordinary day for someone you love, what could you do to make sure it becomes a memory they'll always carry in their heart?
Part 4. Learning to let go without forgetting. There are some people we never truly stop loving. Some places we never completely leave behind. Some chapters of our lives that continue to visit us long after they've ended. Perhaps you've experienced it too. Hearing an old song, smelling a familiar perfume, walking down a street you haven't seen in years, and suddenly a memory returns as if no time has passed at all. Our first instinct is often to hold on, to wish we could go back, to relive those moments exactly as they were. But Mono no aware gently reminds us that memories are not meant to become prisons. They are meant to become gifts. There is a quiet difference between remembering and refusing to let go. Remembering allows love to stay alive. Refusing to let go keeps us trapped in yesterday. The people who loved us would never want our hearts to remain frozen in the past. They would want us to smile when we think of them, to carry their kindness into our own lives, to let their love continue through the way we treat others. Perhaps letting go doesn't mean saying goodbye forever. Perhaps it simply means accepting that some chapters are meant to end, so that their beauty can become part of who we are. Because memories were never meant to pull us away from the present. They were meant to remind us how deeply we have lived and how deeply we have loved. Before we continue, ask yourself, is there a memory you've been holding on to with sadness when perhaps it deserves to be remembered with gratitude instead? Think about it. Growing older is not something to fear. When you're a child, growing older feels exciting. Every birthday is a celebration. Every new year feels like another adventure waiting to begin. But somewhere along the way, our relationship with time begins to change. We start noticing the first gray hair, the first wrinkle, the energy we once had, the dreams we never chased, and without realizing it, we begin to fear growing older. Our world constantly tells us that youth is beauty, that being young means being valuable, that aging is something to hide. But Mono no Aware gently offers a different perspective. It asks us to look at an old tree. Its trunk is marked by time. Its branches have weathered countless storms, yet no one calls it less beautiful because it has grown older. In fact, its age is exactly what makes it magnificent. Perhaps human life is no different. Every wrinkle carries a story. Every scar holds a lesson. Every year you've lived is proof that you've laughed, cried, failed, healed, and continued moving forward. Aging isn't the opposite of beauty. It's the evidence of a life that has been deeply lived. Instead of asking, how do I stay young forever? Perhaps we should ask, how do I make every year worth remembering? Because one day, the years you once feared may become the years you're most grateful to have experienced. Before we continue, ask yourself, if you stopped seeing age as something you're losing and started seeing it as something you're earning, how would you live the years ahead? Part 5. Stop waiting for life to begin. How often have you told yourself, I'll be happy when I get the promotion, when I buy the house, when I lose the weight, when I find the right person, when life finally becomes easier? Without realizing it, we spend years postponing our own happiness, always believing that the best part of life is waiting somewhere ahead. But while we're busy waiting, life quietly keeps moving. The coffee growing cold on the table, the laughter of people sitting beside us, the evening sky turning shades of orange, the familiar voices we'll one day long to hear again. These moments don't ask us to wait, they ask us to notice them. Mono no Aware reminds us that life is not something that begins after you've achieved everything you want. Life is already happening, right now, in this ordinary morning, this ordinary conversation, this ordinary breath. The tragedy isn't that life is short. The tragedy is that we often spend so much of it waiting for another life to begin. Perhaps happiness has never been hiding in tomorrow. Perhaps it has been quietly walking beside you every single day, waiting for you to finally slow down and see it. Because the future you're dreaming about will eventually become today. And if you never learn to treasure today, you may spend your whole life chasing a happiness that was always within your reach. Before we continue, ask yourself, What beautiful part of your life are you postponing because you're waiting for a future that hasn't arrived yet? Moving on. Gratitude changes everything. Have you ever noticed how quickly we become used to the things we once prayed for? The job you worked so hard to get becomes just another routine. The home that once filled you with excitement becomes ordinary. The people whose presence once made your heart feel full slowly become part of everyday life. It's not because they've become less valuable. It's because the human mind quietly turns blessings into expectations. And when that happens, we stop seeing the miracles that surround us. Mono no aware teaches that gratitude is not something we feel only after loss. It is something we choose before loss arrives. Imagine holding a warm cup of tea on a quiet morning. There is nothing extraordinary about it. Yet one day, there may come a morning when you would give anything to experience that simple moment again. The same is true of the voice of your parents, the laughter of your closest friends, the comfort of your own home. These ordinary moments feel endless until one day they aren't. Perhaps gratitude is simply the ability to recognize today's blessings before they become tomorrow's memories. Because the richest life is not the one with the most possessions, it's the one that notices the beauty already present. The sound of rain, the warmth of sunlight, the smile of someone who loves you. These moments may seem small, but one day they may become the memories your heart returns to most often. Before we continue, ask yourself, if everything you take for granted today disappeared tomorrow, what would you wish you had appreciated just a little more?
Part 6. Every ending is also a beginning. When something ends, our first instinct is to see only what we've lost. The end of a friendship, the last day at a place you called home, the closing of one chapter that once meant everything to you. Endings often arrive quietly, without asking if we're ready. And because they hurt, we begin to believe that endings are the opposite of happiness. But nature tells a different story. Autumn is not the death of a tree, it's the beginning of its preparation for spring. The sun doesn't disappear when...
Next, living so you'll miss today. Imagine meeting your younger self for just a few minutes. What would they notice first? The house you've built? The career you've achieved? Or would they simply smile because you're still able to watch the sunrise, still able to laugh with the people you love, still able to experience another ordinary day? We spend so much of our lives chasing extraordinary moments that we forget life is mostly made of ordinary ones. And strangely, those ordinary moments are the ones we miss the most. Years from now, you probably won't remember every email you answered or every stressful deadline you met, but you'll remember the smell of your mother's cooking, the evening you couldn't stop laughing with your friends, the quiet walk you took when everything finally made sense. These are the moments that become the story of your life. Mono no aware reminds us that the goal isn't to live a perfect life, it's to live so fully that even the ordinary days become unforgettable. Because one day, someone will look at your photographs the way you look at old photographs today. Someone will remember your voice, your kindness, your smile, your presence. And perhaps the greatest gift we can leave behind isn't success, It's beautiful memories inside the hearts of the people we love. So don't rush through today. Don't wait for a better moment to begin living, because this ordinary day may quietly become one of the most precious memories you'll ever have. Before we leave this journey, ask yourself, if years from now you could return to this exact day for just 1 minute, what would you wish you had noticed, appreciated, or said before it was gone?
Final reflection. Before this journey ends, I want you to pause for just a moment, not to remember the philosophy, not to remember the Japanese words, but to remember your own life. Throughout this video, we've talked about cherry blossoms, changing seasons, old photographs, memories, time, love, and endings. But none of these ideas were ever really about flowers, or seasons, or even Japan. They were always about you, about the ordinary moments you're living right now, the ones that seem so small today, yet may one day become the memories you treasure most. Perhaps Mono no Ware isn't asking you to become a different person. Perhaps it's simply asking you to become more awake, to notice the warmth of a hand before it's gone, to say, "I love you," while someone is still there to hear it, to watch one more sunset without reaching for your phone, to laugh a little longer, to stay at the dinner table a few extra minutes, to appreciate this ordinary chapter before it quietly